Getting ready to take on spring? Make your first move with the reliable performance and power of Steel battery tools. From hedge trimmers and mowers to string trimmers and more, right now you can save $50 on select battery tool sets. Real Steel. Offer valid on select AK system sets through June 16, 2024. See participating retailer for details.
Good sleep should come naturally, and with a new Natural Hybrid mattress, it can. A collaboration between Lisa and West Elm, the Natural Hybrid is expertly crafted from natural latex, natural wool, and certified safe foams to elevate your sleep sanctuary and support a greener tomorrow. Breathable organic cotton and moisture-wicking Joma wool consistently provide cool and comfortable slumber. Every purchase helps fuel Lisa's work with shelters and those in need. Visit lisa.com to learn more. That's LEESA.com.
What happened to Burns yesterday?
Ankle, nothing bad. He'll be out individual. We'll evaluate him, see how he does, but he'll be okay.
How about Cage?
Cage got a hamstring, so he won't go today.
And John Michael, is that shoulder the same shoulder as last year?
Yeah, it's a different deal for him. Making progress. We'll keep him on the same routine we had him. We'll see where he is after this off day. But it's a little bit different than what he had.
Is it the same shoulder?
Yeah.
Moving, no practice again?
Same thing. Hopefully he'll be ready to go after the day off here.
Dex?
Dex is feeling a little bit better. We're going to put him out there, see what he can do, and then we'll just monitor it after individual.
Are you signing Van Roten?
Yeah, we signed him. Yep. We signed him. We released Aaron Robinson.
Where does Greg fit for you guys? Obviously he's a guard, but
Interior, so center, either guard. Yeah, he's had experience with Carm last year, veteran player. Can see him at play in any three spots that we need inside, left guard, right guard, center. So he's I haven't seen him yet. I think he's just getting here now, so he'll be out here at practice and just kind of observing for the first day.
based on his track record, it seems like he's got starter potential for you guys. Would you say that's?
Yeah, we'll see. We're glad we added him and throw him in the mix, and liked what he did last year when he was with Carm. Tough, physical, good leadership. So put him out there and let him get reps.
You said he could play all three spots. He played right last year. Mm-hmm. With Runyon, do you want him to just stay at right, or would it be an option to flip him?
Yeah, so we've had conversations about it, if this was going to happen. When everybody gets back healthy, we'll see how it shakes out, but I wouldn't rule out left side, right side. We'll just see how it goes relative to how we got to practice with the guys that we have.
Dave, tell me, and I couldn't hear who
Sorry.
you released.
Aaron Robinson.
Okay.
Yep, sorry.
That's okay.
And there's always outside expectations, which I know you don't pay attention to, but for when you guys make the playoffs, raises the bar. Last year, everybody's disappointed you don't get there. How do you manage that within your own locker room, the expectation?
You just focus on this year. I've been in this will be my 24th season. So I've been part of 15 winning seasons, 8 losing seasons. One season won a Super Bowl, the next year not make the playoffs. It's really what you do each and every year. We've said that after the first year. I'll say it again after the second year. We have a new team, new people in the building, and we're going to work as hard as we can work to be as good as we can be.
There used to be a saying a lot of coaches would say, "We hope to hit the ground running," and you've heard that many times, right? But it doesn't seem like that. Kind of seems like not in vogue anymore with a lot of coaches. Pick up where we left off from last year.
Yeah, again, I just go back to it's a new year. We got a lot of work to do, and we're gonna do everything we do to be as good as we can be.
How was Ganell then? And just kind of coming off of last year. Obviously, he was kind of Mr. Automatic for so long, and then he was last year.
Getting back into the groove. He's done a nice job.
James, can you talk about Deontay Johnson and what you've seen for him?
Yeah, making the most of his opportunities. He's done a good job, I'd say, in both phases, defense and in special teams. This will be an important training camp for him. It'll be an important preseason for him, which it is for a lot of young players.
We see Malik Neighbors getting open pretty regularly every day. What is your initial impression of him, through 4 practices?
Yeah, early, but he's a confident player. He's got a good skill set. I've said this before, that's why we took him where we took him. He's picked up our offense well for a young player. Things we can always improve on. Again, you see some of the plays he makes, but there's always little details. I think he's humble, he's not complacent, he's competitive. He just wants to keep getting better each day.
You gave him the opportunity to call a play. It looks like you're even, you're scheming plays for him specifically.
Try to scheme him for everybody. Not just one guy. 5 eligible receivers out there, and move pieces around, and one time he could be here, or somebody else could be there next. Use tight ends. But sure, you want to do that with your good players. And you want to test some of these young guys too, in terms of where you move them, formations you call, shifts, movements, go fast, because things happen fast when the regular season starts, and you have to get after it pretty early here.
What I was going to say was, do you have any hesitation? What's your track record with young receivers and throwing them right into the mix and asking them to do so, a lot early?
It varies. When I was a receiver coach, first year I was a receiver coach, we drafted in the second round a guy by the name of Deion Branch at New England, and he picked it up right away, and he was pretty effective early for us. I've been in the receiver room where we drafted guys early, and took them a little bit of time. Everybody's different. And, again, we've had the OTAs. You can tell he's put the work in terms of studying it. We've had 4 days. Long way to go.
Just to follow up on that, how often are you asking, whether it's in camp and games, I guess, the receiver for what play they want to call in that moment, and how often have you done that?
Yeah. Well, I ask not just the receivers, I ask the linemen. Illuminor came up right after practice and was asking me for 2 different run plays today. AT, it's good to have input from the guys that are out there on the field. You can see it standing on the sideline, what teams are doing or defenses are doing. There's times in practice where you just go off script and you see how the players react. You get feedback. Just you're trying to build into playing games and how things go throughout a game, and not just one to look at a call sheet and just, this is what we had. You got to adjust, you got to see things, you got to call it. The players got to react. There's got to be good communication between the coaches and the players. They come off the sideline. Maybe you as a coach saw one thing, but really that's not what it was. It's right there, and they can give you good information. If you get good information, then you got to make good decisions with play calls and decisions. And there's a give and take when it comes to that. When you're running an offense.
How much are you enjoying? You haven't done it in a couple of years. You haven't committed to calling the plays, but how much are you enjoying that process, and how beneficial is it to be more involved?
Yeah, I love being out on the football field. So it's been fun. We've had a good OTAs. We've had a good start to training camp. There's been good collaboration, good communication amongst everybody on the offense, coaches, players, and just try to keep getting better.
Obviously, you guys want it. Continuity on your line, right? You want the 5 guys set as soon as possible. So how much of a concern is it that John Michael's injury, now you may be slotting Van Roten in there potentially as a starter, that you're still searching at this point?
Yeah, it's day 4 here.
Okay. Not
so
right now.
Usually we mix and match people. Obviously you want to try to get your guys out there as soon as you can, and but look at the injuries we had last year. You had to move people, shuffle people around. So you do it now so that at least they've had some reps at it. You don't do it at all and you just throw them in on game 2 and they haven't had one snap of moving to a spot. You'd rather work some of it now. But ideally you'd like to get the 5 guys out there healthy, working together, communicating. But again, we're in day whatever it is. We're early.
How much, you've talked about versatility, you've got guys who can move around a lot. How much more either creative or challenging is that for someone like you when you want to design plays? And would you say that Wandale and Malik are 2 guys who totally fit that characterization?
Yeah, I think we place a high premium on bringing in intelligent people at all positions. So again, you can have 5 eligible receivers, however you want to set it up, however many tight ends, running backs, receivers, and there's 5 letters that we use, and one time you can be this letter, one time you can be that letter. Just moving chess pieces around.
How many letters of those guys can those guys be? Those 2?
Most of them. I'd say most of our guys can do all of them.
Can they?
Yeah. I mean, they understand it. Not that you're gonna,
right.
You could have someone play a letter and not ask them to do the same thing that you do someone else, but it's just moving pieces around.
Good sleep should come naturally, and with a new Natural Hybrid mattress, it can. A collaboration between Lisa and West Elm, the Natural Hybrid is expertly crafted from natural latex, natural wool, and certified safe foams to elevate your sleep sanctuary and support a greener tomorrow. Breathable organic cotton and moisture-wicking Joma wool consistently provide cool and comfortable slumber. Every purchase helps fuel Lisa's work with shelters and those in need. Visit lisa.com to learn more. That's LEESA.com.
Getting ready to take on spring? Make your first move with the reliable performance and power of Steel battery tools. From hedge trimmers and mowers to string trimmers and more, right now you can save $50 on select battery tool sets. Real Steel. Offer valid on select AK system sets through June 16, 2024. See participating retailer for details.